What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Legends. We have got 10 brand new legends for you today. They are numbers 30 down through 21 or maybe 29 down through 20 I do believe. Just one thing to clear up before we get into the video. The reason why you are not seeing some legends here is because EA are only releasing ratings on certain ones. So for those of you asking why on earth haven't I put Ronaldo in there or why on earth haven't I put Pele in there, that's quite simply because I don't know the full rating of those players at this stage. I'm only doing what EA give me, so please bear that in mind when we look at these legends. So the first legend we have, guys, is JEVCHENKO, the ex-Arsenal god. What a hero this guy was. I think they have been extremely nice with JEVCHENKO's stats. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was a Croatian hero. Like, you know, he scored a lot of goals for Croatia. He scored, I think, 8 goals for Arsenal. They've given him 81 pace, which I think in itself is a little bit excessive. 86 dribbling, again, maybe a little bit excessive. 83 shooting, I would say that was right, but he's also got 83 heading, and he was most renowned for his heading abilities. So the fact he's got 83 shooting leaves me a little bit bemused. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Like, what JEVCHENKO did EA watch? Like, this guy, for me anyway, and I've seen a lot of him being a massive Arsenal fan, and the fact I saw him for a year at Arsenal and then at West Ham after that, I don't know where they got this from. Like, I really don't know where they got this from. But hey, these are just my opinions and bear that in mind. But I would love to know what you guys think below. Do you think I'm right about Shuka's stats being wrong? Or do you think EA were right about Shuka's stats being like that? Next up, guys, we've got Frank Rijkaard, the Dutch legend. He's been given a very strong card. 70 pace, 87 defending and 82 heading. 78 passing as well. 4-star weak for only the 2-star skill moves. Now, an 88 card for Rijkaard is a little bit underrated in my opinion. He was one of the best centre-backs in the world in his prime, and I think a 90 would have been better for him. But hey, that's what EA give, and especially compared to the other Dutch centre-backs, he's head and shoulders above most of them. I mean, off the top of my head, the only other Dutch centre-back I can even think of is Jaap Stam, and I don't even know if he's in the Legends. I didn't check them enough. But Frank Rijkaard is there, guys. I think he's got a very good card. Not really one that I'm looking forward to using myself, but he does have a strong card. Next up, we've got Patrick Kluivert. I love this guy. The reason why I fell in love with this guy is because when he was at Barcelona, I was playing Football Manager a lot, and he used to score a goal per game for Holland in Football Manager, and it made me really be interested in him. So I used to like follow his real world career, and I love Kluivert. He came to the BPL for a season or two as well with Newcastle. But look at his stats: 86 pace, 84 shooting, 87 heading, and 82 dribbling. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. The guy looks insane. I cannot wait to get my hands on this guy. He's going to be phenomenal to play with. Next up, we've got the Portuguese god, Rui Costa. Rui Costa has got arguably the best card we've looked at so far. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, 84 pace, 86 dribbling, 82 shooting, maybe a little low for Rui Costa, 86 passing, very nice. I might even put him as a player that would have 5-star skills and maybe 90 dribbling rather than 86 dribbling. You know, he played... He's just, when you think of Portuguese heroes, you think of... Well, I personally think of Nani because I'm a fan of Nani. I think of Ronaldo and I think of Rui Costa, and the fact that he's got an 88 rating, again, a little bit underrated for me, which is actually true to a lot of these players that we're going to be looking at today. Next up, guys, we have got the Ukrainian legend Andrei Shevchenko. He spent a little bit of time at Chelsea, most of his career between Dynamo Kiev and AC Milan. His card is one that confuses me a little bit. The stats in some areas are perfect. The shooting is fine. The passing and defending obviously is fine. I don't agree that he should have 3-star skill moves. I think he should be up at 4-star skill moves. Like, from what I remember seeing of him, especially at Chelsea, like he was, he was a technically gifted player, and that's why he's got 87 shooting. The fact he also has 84 pace, I think, is a little bit underrated. I would rate him more 88 to 90 pace. Like, you think of him in his glory days at AC Milan, he was rapid. I know that's like notoriously a slower league than the BPL, but he was still so fast, and I think EA have done him a disservice with this card. The next player we've got is by far the most underrated player we've seen yet, and that is Robert Pires. And how the fuck, seriously, how the fuck is he put down as a right midfield? The guy spent his career playing left wing or cam. How is he a right midfield? He probably played 10% at most of his games in right midfield. The era that Pires was at Arsenal was the era that Ljungberg and Parlour were around. Ljungberg played right midfield, Pires played left midfield, Bergkamp and Henry up front with Vieira and Petit in the middle. How on earth have you played him at right midfield? That being said, his card's actually very nice. 86 pace, dribbling and passing, 79 shooting. arguably could be a little bit higher, but he was a bit of a, you know, you remember that chip against Aston Villa against Peter Schmeichel? You know, I don't know. For me, it warrants a bit more than 79 shooting, but 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. I can't wait to get hold of this card. But fucking right midfield, EA, seriously. Next up, we've got Michael Owen. Michael Owen has got, again, a nice card. 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. I'm not so sure that he deserves a 4-star weak foot. I'd put him down at a 3-star weak foot. That being said, I'm also not so sure he deserves 89 pace. Like, in his prime, the guy was rapid as fuck. He should be a 93 or a 94 pace player. 81 shooting, again, is probably a little bit harsh on the guy. But the 85 dribbling, I feel like, is fair. Like, I think this is overall about right for Michael Owen. I would probably bump his stats up a tiny little bit, but bump his weak foot down a little bit. So there is Michael Owen's card. Once again, guys, it'd be interesting to know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know if you feel like I'm right or wrong. Next up, we have got the Celtic and Barcelona legend, Henrik Larsson. And this card makes me chuckle. How the fuck have you given him 82 shooting? This is a guy that scored 50 goals in a season. How do you give him 82 shooting for that? Yeah, okay, so it was in a Mickey Mouse league where Celtic and Rangers win every time, blah, 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 blah. Regardless of that, he still has to put the ball in the back of the net. And that's no mean feat. Like, scoring 50 goals in a season, it's 52, I think it was overall. 53 goals in a season. You give the guy 82 shooting. Are you drunk? Yeah, that was just a league, wasn't it, as well? Yeah, so, like, he probably scored 60 or 70 goals that season, including the cup and stuff. Regardless of whether it is overall or not, 53 goals in a season. Had any other, if Van Persie ever scored 53 goals in a season, he'd have 99 shooting the next season. How do you give Larsson 82 shooting? It makes me laugh. 84 pace and dribbling is about fair for him. 78 heading, maybe a little bit underrated. I do remember Larsson scoring a lot of goals with his head, but 82 shooting is just a joke for this guy. And the fact he's an 87 rated card, he should be an 88 or an 89. We've also got up next, guys, Christian Vieri, the Italian striker. Like, there's not much to be said about this card. It definitely encompasses exactly what Vieri is about. Strength, heading. I mean, I can't see his strength. I can only assume it's in the 90s. 3-star weak foot and skill moves. I'd even argue 2-star skill moves for Vieri. 88 heading, 82 shooting, 83 pace. You can't say fairer than that. That is a perfect card for him. And then last but not least today, guys, we've got Gianfranco Zola, the Chelsea god. Listen, right, I was pissed about Pires being right midfield. I was pissed about Larsson being 82 shooting. How the fuck have you given Gianfranco Zola 3-star skill moves?
Oh, wow.
If of all the legends we've seen so far, he is the first person I would give 5-star skill moves to. Like, 3-star skill moves, EA. What were you doing when you was like, Zola, let's give him 3-star skill moves? What the fuck are you doing? Like, seriously. I mean, he's got a great card, don't get me wrong. 84 pace, 90 dribbling, 82 shooting, and 85 passing. Once again, I'd argue his shooting should be a little bit higher than 82. But, like, these are legend cards, you know. These aren't just your basic foot cards. These are legend cards. These are about these guys when they were in their prime. And when Zola was in his prime, he would take every chance he had. Even scoring chances he didn't deserve, like that goal he scored for Chelsea when the ball came in from the corner and he flicked it in at the near post with his back heel through his legs. How do you give him 82 shooting? But more importantly, 3-star skills? Are you drunk? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this. We'll be back on Friday with some more legends. But for now, I'm out. Peace!